Yes, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another live review and welcome back to another W for Thomas Tuchel's Tricky Blues. As always, the most heated derby in English football has come and gone. And as always, Chelsea have emerged as a victor of the spoils. It is 2-0 Chelsea. Kai Havertz with both of the goals taken excellently. The first one after a beautiful touch by Mason Mount to set up and an amazingly weighted pass to Kai Havertz for an easy, composed finish, the way he loves it best. And same way for the second goal, nice little 1-2 with Timo Werner. He finds a little dinked pass in the middle for Kai Havertz, and it's 2-0. And other than that, like, Fulham pressed us and they made it really hard for us in the first half. Like, I don't think I've seen us take so many shots at the start of a game compared to when we did against Fulham. Like, they pressed us to death. Got to give credit to Edouard Mendy as well. If it's not Mason Mount that takes man of the match, it is Edouard Mendy. It is one or the other out of the pair of them. Both of them were excellent. Edouard Mendy kept the score decent. There was a good shot from Joachim Anderson. There was a good shot from, I think, was it Cavallero? I'm not sure. But there was a couple good shots as well. And he did really well with some of the reactions to it, especially at the end of the first half. I don't remember who was on the end of that shot, but Mendy didn't even see it when the shot was taken. And he was able to adjust himself excellently to be in the right position for it. I think as soon as the game went to 2-0, we went into not damage control, but maintenance. And we just maintained the scoreline the way that it was. I won't say it dragged on from there, but we were happy with 2-0. We were happy to see it out from 2-0. We didn't need to add any more intensity to it. We had to just see out the game from where it was. And that's exactly what we did. But it was an excellent all-round performance, I thought. Kai Havertz, stunning man of the match as well. He's a potential candidate for it too. I think Sky Sports stabled him their man of the match. But I still think you can give a shout for Mason Mount. You can give a shout for Edouard Mendy as well. The back three was solid. Thiago Silva, as always, with his dangerous passes from defense. He sprays the passes just like prime Cesc Fabregas. Andreas Christensen as well, solid, just like Kurt Zouma was. All the back three was solid, to be honest. Ben Chilwell, he did good to make overlapping runs, but he just wasn't really that found, to be honest. Reece James, I thought, struggled a bit in the first half because a lot of the play was coming from our right-hand side, and he struggled a bit to maintain that, but I thought he handled the game well, and from the second half, he was solid. Going forward, Ziyech, like, only everyone's really going to talk about that miss. But other than that, I thought his passes from deep were very solid during the game. It was another case of people weren't really there on the end of it, but it was solid passes, and I could see what he was trying to do, and it was working for the most part of it. So I can give him credit for today too. Timo Werner got the assist. There was a couple dodgy moments in the final third, just like Timo Werner always does, but yeah, you know what? At least he got another assist. He's made the most goals for us this season, and this is exactly why. But as always, I'm done talking. You lot are done hearing from me as well. Let me get our esteemed panel up for us as well. Yes, guys, what's everyone saying? The West London derby yet again.
I want a new pizza. I had to order a new pizza. Thank you guys for that.
Yeah, big up Ben as well, who actually had to okay, if anyone don't know, 250 likes on our watch long, he had to dash his pizza in the bin, and we hit 250 like 3 minutes afterwards. It was a fresh one too, you know. Man only had like 2 slices, and we had to dash it in the bin afterwards. It was hilarious.
If you check my Twitter, you can see I actually had to order a new one.
Have you actually got an order new? I can't be asked if you've done it.
I've actually ordered a new one.
Lewis called it second half of the season. Kai says hi. We told you about second half of the season, Kai Havertz. And we're all happy to see him actually starting to look a bit more confident again now. With that in mind, does he start the Real Madrid game for you guys? What are you guys thinking?
He does. He does.
Oscar,
he does.
Go on, Kazi. You wanted to say something. We'll start with you.
No, he does. He does. I feel like my front three would be Kai Havertz, Pulisic, and Mason Mount. For Mason Mount today, yeah. I'm not a big fan of him. Today was the man in the match for me, man. For me. Are you sniffing coke?
No, I'm not sure. I thought that was Batter getting pissed that you said Havertz.
My bad. My keyboard is dirty. I shouldn't.
Nah, it sounds like you were going down to sniff something, man. Jesus.
No, I can't lie. I was a bit sus the more Kazi's saying it. But nah, I get you.
Cool. Sorry.
No, next match today, was phenomenal, man. Like, I didn't know the guy had that sort of passing in him. Today, his way of pass today was just amazing. You know, I criticized his final ball a lot, his final third, but today you can't say nothing. He was flawless today, man. Like, he came back, he tracked back, scored in the second half. He scored. He at least helped Billy Gilmour out. But man, My boy Billy Gilmour today he was average. I won't lie to you, he was average, but
cut him some slack, man.
I'm the kind of slack. Yeah, I'm not gonna diss the guy.
He hasn't played in 4 months. Relax, man. Relax.
I'm not dissing him. I'm not dissing him. That's my guy.
Yeah, but average is a good thing for an 18-year-old.
Yeah. Average is a good thing.
Average is a good. If you play an average,
okay game. Yeah, average game. Come on, yeah, okay.
That's what he's saying.
I think he had a good game, but I don't think calling it an average game is a bad thing.
No,
he was okay. He was okay.
I see people ripping into him. I see all these Jorginho fanboys ripping into him.
Considering he hasn't played for 4 months, he was okay.
Yeah, he was good.
Have you guys seen the Real Madrid lineup, by the way?
It's Hazard
Hazard starting.
I can't be asked.
Well, put it on in a minute.
Well, if AC's that right centre back, he's having the test of his life on Wednesday. We'll see who drops the classic.
You want to say something?
What?
Ben want to say something? Ben, go on, Ben.
Probably something
Lewis, what's up, Whitley?
Oh, what is it? What have you sent me now? Because I don't even know whether to check your messages half the time.
No, it's just my tweet. Yeah, I've seen that you tweeted.
You've actually gone and ordered another pizza.
Mason Mount's turning into the player that we never thought you'd be, man. Honestly.
Who never thought? You never thought.
That's because
he's turning into the player that I expect to be. Like, I know he has it in him to be. Like, that final ball.
Xavi, you don't know nothing.
That final ball shows me we already had a play on hand, but we got a proper.
That's all I needed from Mason Mount.
I needed, bro. All my credit. That was all the credit
for real.
Brexit merchant FC, but they're
it's calling Brexit, man. Mason Mount is no longer Brexit, man.
How can you call him Brexit?
I will never call him a Brexit baller again.
It's crazy that it took you this long, man. Mason Mount.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real.
Really
welcome to the MM Hive, but you should have been here from months ago.
I'm not MM Hive, yeah. I'm not MM Hive, yeah. Not MM Hive, but I'll put some respect in his name from now on, man.
Man, the through balls he played today, a lot of people criticized him.
That touch for the first goal.
Yeah, the touch was important. That's what made it up.
Gosh.
But the thing is, those touches, I feel like he's always had that in his game.
For real.
The through balls is like the next level that people want to see from Mount Moore, and he did it today. He did it on a couple of occasions.
Do you see the weight of pass, man?
But the way he touched that, though,
this guy has, man.
Sick.
The weight of pass,
that difficulty is crazy.
Okay, but first of his touch, like I know the touch for the goal was great, but his touch is amazing just throughout the whole game. Like him and James, like I would just wish, like everyone could learn from that. But that was a great touch.
He was all right.
I forgot to know my boy Richard today, man. You see how he bodied mine, man. Don't chat to my boy Richard, man.
James is a monster too, man.
Can I ask Oscar a question here?
Yeah, go on.
Hudson-Odoi.
Oh.
Please tell me, why didn't he even get on and make a long time? Please tell me.
Guys, we won, man. We won. It's all right, man. We won.
I don't know why. I don't know why you even asked me that question.
No way we have Kazi as the calming presence telling us that we won. No way.
I told you we gotta have an investigation about.
No, there really needs to be an investigation.
There needs to be an investigation.
Yeah,
today, like I thought Hudson-Odoi was going to start today, but I knew him not being in the side was not the difference between us. He brought in
Alonso.
We've got a good enough side to beat Fulham, regardless of who we rotate in and out.
Facts, big facts.
It didn't really matter, but it is alarming, man. It is alarming. Fulham, we've got Real Madrid on Wednesday. We know he's not going to play in that game, so surely you would play him or at least bring him off the bench. You brought Alonso off the bench.
Tammy.
That's crazy. Tammy, I get, because the media have been asking him to play Tammy all the time. So he kind of feels that pressure. And Tammy, he deserves a couple minutes as well.
I think he just put Tammy just to make a point to the media, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but what I'm asking Oscar, why I'm asking you, Oscar, because you've always been one of his biggest fans, what I've been on stream, the biggest person calling him for. And what I said to even Lewis on stream, why Hudson-Odoi should easily come on, because this is a game. If we run 2-0, like we said, to bring him on for a few minutes, and instead they put Alonso on. Tammy I could understand, Kante I could understand, but why not Hudson-Odoi? It was a perfect time for him to come on, even just for 10 minutes. It was still a perfect time for him to come on, and it didn't make no sense.
Yeah,
I just don't know why.
So someone asked me a question in the comments. They said, Oscar, you said we can't create without him. I still think that, because, players like Ziyech played well today, hasn't always been playing well. Mount played through ball passes that sometimes he doesn't always play. So those guys that are on the pitch have stepped up a little bit today. Kai Havertz obviously came with the finishes as well. And if those guys are playing well, my opinion has always been we don't need Hudson-Odoi. But when we're not scoring against Brighton and Leeds and Southampton, that's when we need him. So I'm not mad. We won the game today. Cool. But he does deserve at least a sub appearance. You know what I mean?
I know a lot of people are gonna be down on Ziyech because of that miss, but he had a really good game. And the thing is, he started kind of deeper today. You know, he wasn't like at the right wing where
he looked like he was a pivot for a period of the game.
Exactly.
And he was actually like fighting.
I love this game today. Like I know a lot of people, on Twitter is gonna say, "Oh, he missed that goal," but except from that miss, he had a great game too. Even Werner, so I'm not gonna lie. Werner had a great. I don't want to use great, but he had a good game.
Wait. Repeat that, please.
Dude, he had one good game. Werner had one good game, and that's really nice. And this is what I want to see. And I mean, for the Madrid game, start Werner too, because what I saw today was actually really, really fluid. And obviously, you got to stop Pulisic. I don't care. You got to put
that's why you rested.
All right, I'm going to ask a question then.
Werner, I like Werner.
Havertz should start. Against Real Madrid, Havertz should be the one starting because how he scored today. You can't say sorry. He scored 2 goals, played really well, but you ain't got man match. You're not playing next game, so he's going to be in, isn't he? So we're going to say he's going to be behind. It's going to be Mel, and then that one position is going to be either Pulisic or Werner or Ziyech.
Yeah, I disagree.
You might as well Werner because I'm not sitting down Pulisic for the Madrid game. I'm sorry, like, dude.
Yeah,
he's playing Pulisic right now. You're not stopping that.
I'm not starting one
for the game.
I'm not starting one.
You rested Pulisic for the game.
Yeah, for the game, for the real game.
Yeah,
so we also even if Havertz has scored a freaking 5 goals, Havertz might start over Werner though.
Yeah, I think Werner he played Werner. I feel like
I would prefer,
but we need to talk about Mendy though.
I would prefer the same front three. I would prefer the same front three as the Atletico second leg. So
what about Mendy though? People say, Mendy protected by the back three and all that. He comes up.
Mendy had a solid game.
Bro,
look,
Mendy.
Which Mendy are you talking about?
You guys hear me?
Mendy.
By the way, this Mendy penitentiary tonight.
No,
yeah. That's
remember
the way we keep doing.
I'm not gonna lie.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
I remember back a couple streams back, everyone was saying Mendy, we're looking at Donnarumma and whatnot. I was like, wait a minute, bro. Mendy's great. Like, he's a good shot stopper. I mean, except from penalty shootouts. I love
it's just media rubbish, man.
And he's passing out the back. He's really good. That's like
I think it's because of his price tag. People thought he was going to be a short-term goalkeeper.
That's what I hate.
He's performing so well.
The clean sheets he's having this season, it's a disrespect to him if we go after
and
another
goal.
He has to play the next season as our number one.
Like, those stops were not.
And very important. Those are important because, like, going to go down before halftime. That Ola ain't a deflection was impressive.
Exactly.
That's a ridiculous reaction.
Okay, you could say, but what about the low-driven shot?
Yeah, from Lookman.
That one was amazing. That
was a good one.
Wow.
Yeah, that one only sticks out because he weren't even looking at the ball when it got hit. He only sees it once it hits the deflection. He still reacts.
And he's a big guy too.
Yeah,
to get that far down when you're so tall, that's crazy.
He's got second most clean sheets.
Give me a sec. Wait. Just one
sec. He's got second most clean sheets in the Premier League at the moment. Is Mendy. And I think he's only 1 or 2 games behind Edison. And not only that,
that will become one game after next week, so we can look forward to that at least.
and not only that, in the whole of the best leagues in the world, in Europe, I think he's up in the top 5 keepers as well.
Yeah. Guys, gotta read a few of the super chats. Artem says Mason Mount's growth from year 1 to year 2 has been unbelievable. If he continues to improve at this rate, you're probably looking at a next Prem great. Imagine Johnny weren't lying from the start. Just imagine. He is being vindicated every single week.
I swear to God,
crazy.
Lewis, I swear to God, if Trust Me becomes a reliable source, I can't believe this.
No, like.
On my life, man. The MM Hive is growing stronger and stronger. Myron Phillips also says we work much harder in this game if we don't start our best players. Game was over in the 49th, and then we coasted and subbed. In Tuchel we trust. That's exactly what I'm. As soon as the second goal came in, we just came to see it off from there. And that's all we needed to do. No need to waste any other energy. Baba, you were saying something. What was that, bro?
Yeah, but I was like, the thing with Mason Mount is like, I feel like the reason why a lot of other people were criticizing him because everyone just saw him as a hard worker, but he always had those techers in him to do things like with those his first touch. He doesn't even have to do flare dribbles and whatnot. He just has fast feet, and he could just he has good touches and everything. So he's always had this in his locker. But I feel like right now he's just really at a comfortable level. He's so comfortable in the team. He's so like it feels like I'm an important player. You remember, I don't know if you guys can remember what Jose told Lampard back in the day when he came. He said, Lampard, I don't know if you watch a lot of interviews from old Lampard. He said, Jose told me that I'm an important player. So that confidence is growing in him. So like I feel like everything, he's just expressing himself so well right now. Like can't even take miss. Like when he got hurt, I got scared.
Yeah, me too.
He got to the point like, whoa, no.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so did I.
That's how Mason Mount has gone so far. And like if you're not like rating this guy right now, I'm sorry that you tripping. You're not watching football because
You can't see
what I'm watching right now is good football from Mason Mount. That first touch was just sublime.
And the fact that like it was a kick out from Mendy and it's coming over the top of his head.
That was Thiago Silva though. You gotta give Thiago Silva. Yeah.
Whoever played that long ball over his head and the way he took it, that made the goal because if he didn't take a proper first touch there, he couldn't have had the time.
That was amazing.
Nothing negative to talk about today. I think we are on a positive 5 ahead of Real Madrid game.
No, it was just a great game. I can't even be negative.
Professional. It was a professional performance all around.
I'm going to say something before we carry on because I think Lewis needs to. Me and Lewis had a little conversation before the game. We both said the midfield pivot was a worry for us in this game, and we both were scared before the game started. And I'm going to sit here and say, I don't know if Lewis will as well. We was both wrong. We didn't have to worry because we performed well today in that pivot. I know you're going to say Gilmour didn't have a great game. He didn't have his best game. But he in that midfield, he still holds his own against their midfield.
Yeah. Look,
go ahead.
I disagree to an extent because, look, the way that first 5 minutes were being played, we did not look comfortable. We weren't retaining possession.
It was expected, to be fair.
It was expected, but the fact that we got that early goal in the 9th minute dictated the rest of the game. The rest of the game, the players didn't have to work as hard because they're in faces.
I think that was more Fulham coming out strong. I don't even think it was really on us. Okay,
yeah,
we kind of got rattled.
Because they were chasing.
They were kind of got rattled a little bit. Like that's the type of that's the time when we needed Jorginho because he's if it's Jorginho, he could give Jorginho any pass. Even when he has 2 guys on him, he could find a way to wiggle out. But obviously, this is Gilmour's first game in like 4 months. But the main thing I'm saying is that Mount was kind of leaving them exposed, no lie, because Mount was bombing up, and which helped us in the attack. But until Thiago Silva was close to Gilmour started having some, was a little comfortable. And Thiago Silva, what could we say about him, dude? This guy is class. Thiago Silva,
I cannot believe he's 36 years old.
He is amazing. His passes from the back is amazing. Like. Not even the long balls, just like the ones through the line. Yeah. I'm just looking. I'm like, wait, what the hell? Like, this is what we need. Can this guy start what do you call it? CDM? Like, so he could be pinging those passes. And I'm just joking, but like for real. So his pass so comfortable at the back. The way he intercepts the ball, he just walks, puts his foot out, the ball is out. So easy. Everything looks so easy for him. Thiago Silva, though, I'm not gonna lie. I think it was the man of the match from him or Mount. But obviously, you got to give it to Kai Havertz because he scored the 2 goals. So, yeah.
I would give to Thiago the man of the match to Mendy because without him...
Oh, Mendy. My God, I forgot about that.
In the first half, we could have been in a 2-1, lost 2-1 to them. And those saves, though, is immense.
Couple candidates.
So much.
So many good performances today.
I would give him Mendy, honestly.
Mendy, Silva. I feel like
lots of honorable mention though.
That pass from Werner, dude. That pass from Werner was so good. I'll give him like 2 points for that. Like, if
you said he's one-dimensional.
Man, okay, that was one.
Right.
Relax.
I'm gonna. On behalf of my client, I thought he looked.
Man's
solid
moving
today.
like Paul Heyman. I can't be arsed.
On behalf of my client, Timo Werner, I would like to say my client played solid today. Even though he had that missed chances, but he looked solid today. That passes to Kai Havertz. Woo! Absolute.
All right, he
peach.
could have had another assist.
And the pass to Ziyech as well.
Yeah,
That
the
comeback.
back,
Yeah.
I gotta give him that though. But like, you know,
Who's that?
obviously, but him on the ball is still like a little wobbly, you know, when it's going.
No,
I feel like when
The funny thing is he improved at that, I think, a little bit.
That. Do you see like when Tammy came up, right? And they tried to play the exact same way. How they tried to like clear it up and then maybe get a head tap or like get like try and hold off the defender. But literally they gave it to Tammy about 6 times. And not once was he able to win the ball.
You cannot say that. Look, we just all said something like after 2-0, we coasted. Isn't it what we said? But you cannot. Tammy was not. We're not playing the same way we were playing before Tammy, because I feel like we just brought Tammy in. So if we just got to clear the long ball, we have somebody over there. But like you can understand,
I'm not talking about creating a goal. I'm not talking about any of that. I didn't need him to do any of that. I'm talking about holding off a player, one player.
Bro, that was one time that he did
I
not
think
do
Tammy's
that.
head is gone.
But I think that was damning though, because I think that's something you expect Tammy to have that you don't.
At least hold the defender off, right?
Understandably.
Bro, apparently his game today was 7 touches and 0 passes.
It wasn't. I just feel like he was not just in the game. You know what I mean? Like it felt like we were not playing. We're not playing to go forward no more. It was just hoop the ball out, and we were like, you know
that's not what I'm trying to point out. I'm trying to point out that we gave him opportunities.
Well, you used the IES. It was one chance he did not box that dude out, and I remember
he had multiple opportunities where he couldn't hold off.
Someone's making mad noise.
He literally could not hold off the defender.
Bro, it was one pass I saw. I'm not gonna lie. And look, the performance average was like 5 over 10. I'm not gonna come here and say Tammy did great. What do you want me to say about that? You want me to? Okay, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to say Tammy sucks?
I'm talking about. Remember how last time?
But it was one time though, bro. Because I've seen
hold
more.
on. I'm talking about last time. We were talking about how dynamic Timo Werner or Tammy Abraham are, right? And you were talking about how Tammy Abraham is much more dynamic than Timo Werner.
Yeah,
right?
But like
he had 15 minutes to play today, and he showed absolutely nothing.
Wait, you gotta understand. We playing to Timo's strength, like literally. We literally playing to Timo's strength, and Tammy we're not. No, I mean Timo's strength to when we get a long ball, all he does is go run behind.
Right,
exactly.
That's good. But we're not even playing to Tammy's strength.
On top of that, he almost created 2 assists. And he was defending.
I did not say I didn't say Timo had a bad game today. Great job from Timo. Okay, but like if I understand, like if Tammy, if we had like 3 crosses in the box and Tammy was not there in that situation, now I understand, like, dude, what are you doing? But I mean, we never even had the chance to bring the ball up. I mean, if you're talking about that one chance you didn't box him out, I'm not buying it. I mean, I just thought it was a weak ass performance.
After this game, right? Do you still think Tammy is more dynamic than Timo?
If you play with Tammy's strengths, though, I'm not lying. I've seen Tammy pass the ball. I mean,
what are his strengths?
You're saying in a different system,
strength, like in a different system, like a 4-3-3 system. I've seen Tammy like lay the ball. You pass to him, a winger runs towards him. He lays the ball over them.
Yeah.
You get the ball and pass it. Like those, the number 9 things. Why you guys like Timo is maybe okay? Let me say Timo is dynamic in his own way, but not in the number 9 way in how Tammy does it, with the way he could lay off the ball and everything. But you cannot like just underestimate the importance of a number 9 right there.
Yeah, we need a number 9.
Do that. You know, understand what I mean? So all this Timo talk, Timo had a good game playmaking, but when he's still in the ball in front of the goal, he's still wobbly. But he had a good game. He had a good game. I'm not gonna lie. I told you I have no agenda.
And I think it's very unfair. Like when a player comes on for 15 minutes, like criticizing their whole game, because there were moments where Timo Werner didn't do much for 10 minutes, but he was involved in other parts of the game. So it's harsh. It's harsh when someone's trying to get up to speed with the play.
And I can't even judge Tammy's game with that 15 minutes.
This is no criticism. This is no criticism to the fact that, like, I'm not saying when Tammy came on, our team was exceptionally worse. No, because we literally went exceptionally defensive, right? So it wasn't. I understand what you mean by he didn't have any chances or anything like that. I'm simply talking about the options or the chances that he did have, right? Not to create a goal, not to score a goal, but simply to hold off his defender. right?
I saw it one time, bro. That's what I'm saying.
I'm telling you, it was multiple times.
Literally.
Multiple times
Watching the game.
Multiple times during the game, Kai Havertz was able to out-jump the center backs of Fulham, right? Tammy had 2-3 opportunities, failed every single time.
Bro, no way.
I'm not talking
I'm
about
telling you, bro.
goal.
It was one time.
I'm not talking about scoring a goal. I'm not talking about a
No,
cross.
I understand what you're talking about, bro. You're talking about hold up play
to get a hit.
Or flicking the ball back to Son to run. He did it one time, but no one ran to it. But I'm just saying, like, the only one time I saw him box out was against Tosin, which was the guy that he,
that's the only time I remember.
That was the time I saw it. You could not tell me another time,
that's the only
bro.
time I remember.
No cap, bro. No cap.
The worst part is
you cannot tell me another one.
The worst part is he was underneath Tosin, had him backing up, and still lost.
Bro,
the thing with Tammy though, it's like, can he really play hard? And in the back of his head, he knows that he's leaving. Like, is his mind really in that game?
I would never judge him on 15 minutes of play.
Like, yeah, because he also has to prove to other clubs that he's worth signing, innit?
What you mean? He don't have to prove nothing no more. Because at the end of the day, you still gonna sell him. I mean, wherever club.
No, we're gonna go sell him, but like he needs to have suitors as well who will pay the money.
Then Tuchel has to play. All right, bro. All right, catch you, bro. So like, but Tuchel has to play. Look, if he wants suitors and all that, it's not his decision to play. If the club says, all right, we want more profit from him, Tuchel has to play him. If you want more profit from him, to find a way. You cannot just try your best in 15 minutes coming after a 2-0 lead, and you come in 15 minutes to try your best. What you want to do, dribble past 5 guys and score, and then we'll be like, okay, Tammy's worth 50 million. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard when you're not having your game time. 15 minutes is not enough game time. If he started and you subbed him like at the 60th minute, you know what I mean? Then you could like we could talk about that. You feel
money?
Yes, bro.
Let's have it.
Another Mason Mount masterclass. Before we start, Kevin Fraser saying only gripe I have with today is our season-long issue that we should have killed the game earlier. Again, we should have been 3-0 up in the first half. Only worry is, do you see this becoming a problem for the Real Madrid game as well? And also, with the game coming up and with all the players coming back too, can we afford to miss chances the way that we always do this season? Because we know it's going to come in the Madrid game. But how many chances are we going to miss? We've got to be clinical. We've only been clinical against Palace.
I think Havertz is clinical enough to play.
He's clinical. The only thing with Havertz is that he's not an aggressive finisher. He don't hit with power.
Despite how well he played today, I still wouldn't start Havertz in that game.
Me neither.
I think you need class over aggression. You
No,
you want a bit of finesse and a bit of composure and someone who's ice cold, who that chance will fall to, and he'll take it. With a Werner, it's too risky. Pulisic
Havertz is also not ice cold though.
He is, man.
Pulisic is ice cold, more ice cold than Havertz,
we saw him against Palace. Like, he had about 4 chances, he only scored 1. So he's
but he's also
not any more clinical than like a Pulisic.
He's been more clinical than any of our other front line. Maybe Pulisic you can argue is clinical as well, but that's only down to the game time he's had. But if you look at the situation that Havertz has been in, where he's had COVID and he's had a couple injuries in and out and still adjusted, he's clinical for me.
Fair enough.
Once he's settled, he's going to be some serious player.
But is he already
settling right now?
Is he settled now? And is he in a good enough place to start against Real Madrid? Like, this is our biggest game of the season.
I think he's definitely in contention after today.
I would go Pulisic, Werner, Mount.
Me too. Same way.
The same thing we did away.
I'm not changing that.
Werner was stinky today. I'm not going to lie. He wasn't that great.
He was okay.
I back Werner a lot. You know,
Johnny,
I back Werner. Yeah.
Johnny.
Dude, if I say it was okay,
he had a solid game, Johnny. What are you talking about? He had a solid game, Johnny.
He wasn't that great for me. I think he could have done better.
Nearly had 2 assists.
Do me a favor.
The thing with me about, I agree with Johnny.
I would say I think Ziyech was worse. Don't get me wrong, but Yeah, he was worse, man. Ziyech wasn't.
Bro,
How?
The only thing Ziyech did that was good.
Come on,
for me,
Johnny. You
that
said
he-
you're backing Werner, Johnny. What's the consistency, man?
Nah,
I
man.
can back him, but I'm not going to back him if he's not been that great.
Oh, come on.
like-
cut him some slack, Johnny. You had a solid game today, Johnny.
He was okay. He wasn't.
If we're talking about a game against Real Madrid and we only have 3 forwards, the ones that are not on the pitch, it's not that we're not backing them. It's just we need to win this game. So if he doesn't think Werner's the right player, then fair enough. I think Werner should start though.
For me, Real Madrid have to bring the game to us.
I think Werner too. Yeah.
Real Madrid
I
has
said
to
it
bring the
last
game
week. I
to
bring
us.
Werner as well.
So for me, I don't see. I'm not sure if Werner is the like what everyone is calling for Werner for the Real Madrid game, but I want someone who can hold the ball. And actually drop in and support the midfield as well. And Mason Mount and Havertz can both do that. And they both got goals in them. And mix that in with Pulisic, I think we'll be all right. And we'll take our time. We'll have our moment and we'll take it.
No, Johnny,
I think you bring Werner later on. I just don't know, man. I don't know.
I just think when Real Madrid are coming at us, we have the opportunity to play the ball in behind. Werner is always the better option for me.
Exactly.
There's a couple times we've seen.
Lewis, man, my Wi-Fi today has been moving on the madness, man. My bad.
No worries. It happens to all of us, innit?
Oh, look at Klasa. Klasa has Havertz in there.
Yes, Klaas. What are you saying?
I'm not gonna judge him.
What are your thoughts in this game today, bro?
Billy Gilmour was a stinker. I don't want to see him.
Man. What are you talking about, stinker?
Mount second half was so shit.
No,
I don't want to see Mason Mount being, he turned off sometimes. So I don't want to see him being turned off because we're gonna play him against Madrid. So he better be like up for 90 minutes because that's a 90 minutes task. And I think Thiago Silva without Rudiger, without Aspi, I probably think he was man of the match with Mendy. So,
Pastor, you do realize Billy Gilmour hasn't played in 4 months, right?
And he wasn't even playing in a pivot. He was playing on his own. He's playing on his own.
He's very tiny.
He's playing on his own, and he did all right. We won the game.
4-5 already, man. I didn't even know it was 4-5.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna score, man. If I bought a 5-0 lead,
what did you expect Billy Gilmour to do in this match? Honestly, I'm curious.
Physical,
scored 5,
complete his tackles.
Who scored 5?
No, he was just running like a fucking.
bought a 5. I'm bottling a 5.
Wait, go on, Kasser, go on.
Just, I wanted him to do more tackles. I wanted to see how physically fit he is. He's nothing. He's not there.
I think today was quite harsh because we didn't play our normal double six pivot.
Thank you.
In the first half, like Gilmour was isolated a lot. He was left on his own to fend for himself, and he struggled with that. But I don't think that's on him. I think that's on his other midfielders. Mount and Ziyech were kind of more attacking.
No!
Oh my God, Kazi, calm down. Go on, Oscar.
No, I was done.
Well, for me, Billy Gilmour did a good job, man. He was all right. He coped well. He coped well. He's not played in a pivot, which is what his normal position is. Yeah, he's not biased, but he done all right, man. If you stuck Jorginho on his own, I can't see it, man.
None of our midfielders can play that lone role. Like
no one.
Any of them.
Billy Gilmour done. He's got the minerals to do it without any game time this whole season. And he pulled it off against a Fulham that were pressing us pretty much the whole game.
Don't talk about minerals. He's a fucking young lad.
He's got minerals,
man. Talking about young lads, minerals.
Yeah. He's got minerals, mate.
Why can't the young lads have minerals?
Yeah,
man. Johnny, you need to
listen. You want to talk about minerals, yeah? Our two young boys, or 3 young boys, I should say, and the 3 young boys, Billy Gilmour, in my opinion, with no game time. Match sharpness.
Billy Gilmour.
All right, he's got minerals, and he played a lone position in front of the back 4.
Yeah, but start of the match, you will not say.
It doesn't matter what you say. Doesn't matter what you say. You stick Kante there on his own. You stick Jorginho or Kovacic. They ain't gonna do as good as that. All right. Secondly, Mount's first touch from Thiago Silva. And his assist to Havertz for that first goal was just pure class. I mean, that is Ballon d'Or material. Ballon d'Or minerals.
He's not going to win a Ballon d'Or, but I agree with you.
That was wonderful.
He ain't never winning a Ballon d'Or,
to watch, right?
You bumble hole.
And that's 1-0. 1-0. We're coasting. All right, Mendy, what a save. What a save.
Two saves.
World class save. Yeah, but that save would have changed the game because that was 1-1 right before half time. So in a moment where he had nothing to do all game, he made just a world class save. So that's Mendy, 22 million. Take it how you like it. And Havertz. Havertz is he's gravy. We know he's gravy. It's just we haven't seen him. Yeah, he's very saucy. He's very saucy. He's got minerals like Mount. And him and Mount could play together. And Mason Mount, for me, the guy was everywhere. He was helping Billy Gilmour. And then you see him in the final third.
Man, Reece James today, yeah. Reece James, yeah. My right back, man. Reece James.
All I've got to say.
Wait. Go on,
he had a good first half. Listen, I'm not a person who's going to play against Fulham, right? And then you're going to be thinking like, oh, Havertz and Mount are Ballon d'Or. No, this is just a fucking Fulham game.
I've said Mount.
How you can judge
Ballon d'Or
people on Fulham game?
If we're going to win Champions League, and Mount is the one.
He's
Mount's the one to win the Champions League, score goals, and do touches like that. Blood. Come on.
For Havertz, you can't. Pulisic has everything. Pulisic will start against Madrid. Havertz will not.
He hasn't done it all season, Kazrev.
The only game Havertz
I'll defend Pulisic. Neither has Kai, man. Relax.
Yeah, Kai hasn't, but Kai's banged in how many goals?
Johnny's
goals
point
he banged in?
It's not about
Crystal Palace.
If we win the Champions League and if he does well in the Euros, then Mount has a shout. And
of course
you talk about Pulisic all you want, but Pulisic hasn't been here all season, bro. Pulisic just started banging goals.
Are you saying that Benzema's going to win the Ballon d'Or? Is that what you're going to say, Oscar?
Ashley Cole, our greatest left back, Ashley Cole said,
Benzema won't ever win the Ballon d'Or.
For me, Mason Mount is one of the top players in world football right now.
On my life, you got a new quote every match day. I swear that.
Everybody that's hating on Johnny just needs to get on the right side of history.
He's been wheeling this since day one. Yeah, everyone was slandering him and calling him Lampard's son. He's eating Gucci right now.
I would agree, but then he goes on and says like,
let's have it.
You just got to jump on the Johnny train, man. Stop hating.
It's not about the Johnny train or the Johnny hive. It's about the Mason Mount hive. Just get on it. Go and flipping follow the hive, man. Show the love and support.
Show the minerals. For the minerals. I had enough because I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm looking for the top. I'm looking to win Champions League. I'm looking to win Premier League. And these guys are supporting Mason Mount and Billy Gilmour against Fulham. And when they play good against Fulham, and you know this guy called Tammy Abraham playing against Barnsley or Luton, when they play against them, they score goals. And these guys are like, oh, we need to take Werner off, we need to take Pulisic off. Shut the fuck up! I'm looking for the best team in the world.
Yeah, Mason Mount gets in the world 11 right now.
Come after the game and say Mason Mount played amazing game. Ballon d'Or, no, he just had a normal game. Grow up.
Kazrev, listen to me. If that was a Neymar or an Mbappe making a touch like that, you wouldn't hear the end of it. You wouldn't hear the end of it.
He would do against Barcelona
because it's Mason Mount.
Against Fulham.
Oh no, because it's Mason Mount. It's not Ballon d'Or worthy. Give me a break. Get out of here.
1 minute.
Ballon d'Or. I know Johnny, you very well. I know you very well. The reason you're bringing Ballon d'Or into the conversation so that nobody talk about Mount. His bad part of the game. That's your
question. Can I ask you a serious question? Yeah. I'm listening to you and I'm going to respect you right now. But do you think all of us in here want the same thing as you do? And we all have got opinions on who our favourite players are and we think the best players for Chelsea. Johnny,
I wouldn't be coming on the stream and talking shit about Werner, the guy who literally played 90 minutes, covered all the ground, made 2 assists. I wouldn't be talking about shit if I was.
But listen, can I finish, please? We're not sitting here. Please let me finish, cousin. Please let me finish.
I would rather be fucking
Can you let somebody else talk, man? Can you let somebody else talk, man? Come on.
I'll give you a spot. Just let Wayne finish. Go for it.
Right. Look, I understand what you're saying with Werner, but not one of us has sit here and stand him off to the point where you're acting. And you've got to understand something. We all support Chelsea. We all got our favourite players. And for Johnny, he said from day one about Mason Mount, about Ballon, about it all, and he favours him. Let him favour him. Don't come on here and start saying, "Oh, you." But listen to one for once. To all of us are on the same page. If you got a view, you got your view, but don't slag people off because they've got their views. Simple.
Big up, Wayne. Big up, Wayne. Thank you for that. And do you know what? I'm saying it. I'm not. Is it outrageous for me to say this statement? I don't think it's outrageous to say Mason Mount could be. If we go on and win the Champions League, top 4, FA Cup, he scores. He's obviously been pivotal throughout the whole season for our club as an individual. The clutch moments, the beautiful football. Like what's his name? That guy. I've tweeted in the Hive or quote tweeted it. Right? He said, I just want to watch Mason Mount. He literally, that's all he said. Like, does everyone not want to just watch Mason Mount? Because he's just is there anything better? Is there anything better than watching Mason Mount play football?
About Mason Mount all the time, and I'm
that's what you want to hear.
Having an argument with you.
That's the tweet.
It doesn't
Hart,
mean I'm actually stopping you. I'm not stopping you. You can have an argument on Mason Mount.
But it's not outrageous, Klesov, is it? Is it outrageous? Am I saying it's like me? It's not like me saying Giroud deserves Ballon d'Or.
Listen,
that's outrageous.
For me, I also want to talk about different things. I want to talk about Tammy Abraham. I want to talk about Werner. I want to talk about Mendy. That's what I am in for. But then, with you, it's all about Mount.
It's not Mount. You said Mount. You said Mount's not worthy of a. He's not Ballon d'Or. He's playing against Fulham, but that's not my point. My point is, listen in that first half, without Mason Mount run that first half. Let's have it right. He run it. He run the whole game. He wasn't even playing. He was playing it out. He set up the goal, the first goal for Havertz to settle in.
He's not Ballon d'Or, man.
Listen, that was a Ballon d'Or touch. That was a Ballon d'Or touch.
He's a very good player, but he's not Ballon d'Or.
But that was Ballon d'Or touch.
It was Ballon d'Or touch, world-class touch.
Let's just agree with that then. Let's agree with that.
Yeah, let's agree with that, but not go outrageous.
But I'm telling you, if we go and win Champions League, and he scores if he scores second leg to put us through in the final, and he scores in that final, we're talking heavy gallons of minerals.
Then he got to
gallons.
score in the FA Cup finals too. He got to score a goal there too.
Yeah, he'll score. He's got the
Then he got
to.
Then he got to score a goal in the quarterfinals of the Euros too.
Yeah, if he gets us to the semis of the Euros, or he has an important role to play for England, who are not. Let's be honest. If you pick out all the top 5 teams in the world in European football right now. I mean, would you say England's got a great chance of winning it? I don't think you would say that.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
not under Southgate. You wouldn't say that.
No.
Yeah.
But look,
so
you can say that Mount is the best.
I agree with your point. What you said to me. Listen, I've been with Johnny for probably a month, and this man doesn't even talk anything else than Mason Mount.
He talks about Billy Gilmour too.
I back Billy Gilmour. I back Werner. How many times have I backed Werner, man? How many times?
Ollie Watkins.
How many times have I backed all of our players? If anyone deserves backing, I'll back them.
Not all of our players.
Well, I back the ones that deserve to be backed.
Ziyech deserves to be backed, but you
No. Tell me why Ziyech? Because with Ziyech, I've got an issue with Ziyech.
Why?
I think he's top draw. He's top draw player. We know that. All right, but he's only played in the Dutch league for Ajax. Yes, he's played Champions League football and he plays for Morocco, but that's about it. Like he hasn't won. He hasn't won anything on the big. Hold on.
What does that have to do with you?
Hold on. He has. Let me land. He hasn't won anything on the big stage. Number one. Number two. He's 28 years old, so he's arguably in his prime. He's our most experienced player in our front line, apart from Giroud. And frankly, when we need to depend on a player like that, he's not come up with the goods. This game today, he tracked back, he dug in, fair play to him. But there was a moment, hold on, there was a moment where he fluffed his lines with his control and he could have released Werner, and Werner would have been on one-on-one on goal. He delayed it. Hold on, he delayed it. And because Werner wanted the ball earlier, that 2-second delay, the chance was gone. And it's moments like that, you got a deadly left foot, all right? You should be putting on that on a plate.
All right,
now, that might be in his defence, and I said this on Blues fans. It might be the fact that he has been in and out of the side. He hasn't really had a lot of consistency, all right. And the match sharpness is there sometimes. But the problem I have with Ziyech is he doesn't do it throughout the whole 90 minutes.
Right, he'll do
a bit of brilliance and nothing, and we might not score from that brilliance, and then you won't see anything for the rest of the game.
What?
Unless we take our chance, it's not brilliant.
Like you can literally say the same thing about Havertz.
No, Havertz score goals, man. Havertz
is assisted. Havertz has delivered. Havertz has delivered in the small amount of time he's played for Chelsea.
So what about Ziyech?
And he affects the game. Ziyech hasn't really delivered, man.
He didn't score the only goal in the FA Cup.
He didn't score
28.
But what I'm saying to you is listen, what I'm saying is for an experienced international player, he doesn't do enough for
Yanni, you give these excuses to other people, but Ziyech was out 7 months of no football. He comes back and gets injured. He's trying to get
7 months. Where'd you get 7 months?
Or 5 months. He was like, the Dutch league start ended.
Oh shit!
It's not 7 months specifically, but what he's trying to say is that Ziyech for like the last 12 months has had an extremely limited amount of game time because of injuries.
I have defended that argument. I've said that to you guys. Did I not say?
But the argument
could be down to lack of consistency in game time.
It's not like the system have the system would play.
Fair enough, but I'm not disputing he's a talent. I'm not disputing that. I'm not saying
you don't back him.
You're not backing him.
It's not that I'm not backing him. I'm just like,
nah, you don't back him.
In moments in the final third where we've been so poor, you look to players like Ziyech who are 28. Our whole front line is young.
Ziyech played games.
Bro,
he's played a lot of games. He has played
still a lot of games. The games he's played when Tuchel has actually started him, he scored in those big games.
Yeah, but I look at Werner's contributed more than Ziyech.
Or when he passes to Werner, and Werner, look, bro, go back to Werner's misses and watch who passes him the ball a lot.
Forget Werner.
No. Okay, I swear to God, this is no slander on Werner. Okay, our attackers. Let's use the word attackers. Okay, all right. Yeah. Look, most assists too, he passes off front. Our attackers messes up. Sometimes you could not just look. He might be looking like a lazy player, but he has. You cannot just write him off like you, and you don't want to write. You want to say, "Oh,
I'm not writing him off. I'm not writing him off.
Johnny never wrote him off. He's just saying, like, when you sign a player, they're 27 years old. They're coming into the squad, a bunch of young players. We're supposed to look to him to be our source of like creativity and spark.
The thing, your logic goes out the window on the other side of it.
Why? How?
Because you're saying you're looking to him to like be that player, but you're not understanding that he's coming from a Dutch league where it ended.
Yeah, but why can't we say that? I said that about Werner. I said that about Werner. I say that about Havertz. We've got to say the same energy.
Can I land like you landed, bro? I'm saying,
Johnny, lamb.
You're looking at, all right, go back to my point. The Dutch league ended super early. He's not playing match fitness. He comes in, guys, a good, like, that game against Brighton, has a good game, comes in, gets injured, has to come back in the side. Comes back and has a good couple of games, injured again, out on the side, has to come back and try to fight for his place under Tuchel, and had a couple bright moments. So it's like, are we really writing him off because of that?
I'm not writing him off.
But
games where he's playing against Brighton, he did nothing. Against Leeds United, he did nothing. Against Man United, he was arguably our worst player. So
almost
in games where the rest of the team doesn't play well, you look to
about Ziyech, he's not like that type. He's that one moment type person. Like,
exactly. So I'm saying when that one moment doesn't happen, and it's been like that this whole season where it hasn't connected. That's it from Ziyech.
It happened in the FA Cup semi-finals.
And he's taking minutes away from Callum Hudson-Odoi.
No, all right.
And on top of that, I just want to say, it's not a Johnny agenda against Ziyech because when he missed that chance against Man United and De Gea made that save, I backed that. I backed Ziyech.
Yeah, you backed him. Yeah, you backed him.
And the reason I backed Ziyech is because he had he come back from injury and he had no matches running up to that game. You expected a one-shot kill and it didn't come. And I backed him. I said, look, if you haven't got
this
that
guy,
you can miss those chances.
Do you reckon that DU doesn't like his work rate overall though? Because sometimes his work rate.
His work rate was right today. He did track back today. I give it to him.
I'm not a fan of his work rate today.
What?
I just think there's times when Ziyech has played bad. It's okay to point it out. We point it out when Werner plays bad. We point it out when Tammy plays bad. Why can't we do the same with Ziyech?
Well, hold on.
I'm not saying he's playing bad. The argument of
the
like
best player on the team, bro. But I'm just saying, like, but
where's
you
the
cannot.
favoritism? Ziyech,
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about when we talking about backing our players. Like, there's so much excuses for these other players.
No, I don't. I'm not. Look, I'm not with backing my players when they're playing bad. I'm gonna come here and say what I gotta say. You know, like if you're playing bad. No, I understand what you're talking about, but like, look, I don't care. Like. Ziyech, if Ziyech is playing bad, I'll come here and say, dude, what is he doing? But I feel like today he was not bad at all. He was not even average.
Yeah, and Johnny called him shit.
Yeah, he told him.
No, I didn't say shit. I didn't say shit. I said I wasn't overly impressed with Ziyech.
Okay, Johnny,
and he was the one that was substituted.
John, okay,
you said he was worse than like
no, Johnny. But you brought up that one moment that he did not pass with Werner, but he passed with Werner.
It's just an example. It's an example. I'm saying there was other moments I can't
basically
remember every.
The good outweighs the bad for today, though. I mean, the good outweighed the bad for today for Ziyech. So I'm not gonna say he did more bad things than good. I think he did more good things than bad.
But what I'm saying is, when everyone criticizes Werner, Werner compared to Ziyech, Werner's actual contribution to us as a side throughout the 90 minutes is more than it is with Ziyech.
But the problem with Werner is because I see Werner every Javi kind of explained. He said Ziyech has been in and out the side, so you don't see him a lot. So like when you see him, you know it's whatever. You don't see him as a constant in the team. Yeah. But one thing about Werner is like you see him every time, and like. It's to the point that when he misses, eyes are on him more.
But do you know what? We have Ziyech, who's a luxury player. In my eyes, like Johnny
come on, man! What these defenders doing?
Johnny would say you've got a specialist player, a specialist player who is your like luxury player, and that is Ziyech. Now, if you play Jorginho as well, he's another specialist player who is almost like a luxury player. If you have both those in your side,
guys, happy breakfast,
and they both don't deliver, your whole side, your whole team suffers. So you can only really have one of those types of players in your side. That's why I feel like when Jorginho plays, Ziyech doesn't always play. It's one or the other because they're both so specialist. But when they turn it on, they're fantastic. Like they're match winners. You always have to wait for that magic moment or for Jorginho to control the game, you know, and be flawless. It doesn't always work like that.
No, I understand. But Ziyech is the type of player that he needs other players to, you know, you gotta be on your other players have to be good around him for him to be really good. And it's like he's the type of player that, you know, you gotta make runs and he'll find you type of, you know, he's not a guy that you expect to, you know, dribble, finding the box.
The creator,
the United game it worked, and the reason it worked is you had Werner, you'd had Mount, and you had Ziyech, and Ziyech had a bit more of a free role because he had the insurance policy of Mason Mount and Werner's lovely runs. That works. But
that's
bro. You're playing in a team like City who doesn't just sit back, so you've got room to play like that. Against a Real Madrid, potentially you might have a little bit more room. You have less room, but you might have some room, and it might work. But in a game against Fulham, where they did try to press us, but they sat back when they had to sit back, and he didn't do anything.
I swear to God, Johnny, you should go check how many assists people have messed up from Ziyech. It is actually really crazy.
Mount's been robbed of assists. He got robbed of another two today.
Has been robbed, but not as much as Ziyech. I promise you.
That's a lie. That's a lie, man. That's a lie. I've seen Mason Mount been robbed so many times, man.
No cap. Mason Mount.
Way more than Ziyech. How many games Ziyech?
No. You know what? We're very lucky. It's a Chelsea club.
Ziyech had so many games, Ziyech has so many. Johnny, let me speak. Ziyech has games, where let's say Mason Mount isn't scoring, assisting. At least he's doing a defensive job. trying to at least get his
And
body
we
in the midfield doing
understand
his
that
defensive job,
though.
man. Ziyech just walks around, walking around the play. I feel like if he does,
He's on
if
the
he's not having
beach. It's like he's on the beach.
if he doesn't have a good game, Ziyech just quits, man. He's
He's
so
like
easy
a
to
free
quit,
roam
man.
player,
He
bro.
quits so
He's like,
easy, man.
Yeah, he's a luxury player. That's
he's
what
a
I'm saying.
free. He wants to be free roam. He's
Bro,
like,
you're 27 years old, man. I'm sorry.
We've got
We don't
players
need
like
you around here for
Pulisic.
free roam.
We've got Havertz.
That's
We've got
his
Mount.
game, though.
These
What
are
you
free
say?
roam players, but they offer you so much more to other parts of their game.
Right,
I don't see what
guys.
attributes than
Havertz offer
Ziyech.
you, but,
Guys,
you know,
you
doing
should
his
have just
thing,
seen
man.
Hazard.
Yeah,
Hazard
was
is a
incredible,
mental.
man.
No, but
Yeah.
Hazard is
Hazard
different.
just
You know what I
literally
mean?
got the ball and backheeled it to a session, and then he scored. He
Yeah.
Oh,
backheeled
Hazard
it.
scored.
Hazard needs set up a goal.
Is he back?
He's back.
Nearly.
Yeah, he's playing really
Oh.
well.
I
Really,
don't care.
really well.
Kante's shutting him down.
Until
Kante-
Wednesday, of course.
Kante's
Eden
shutting him
Hazard's
down.
back, man. Eden Hazard's back.
In my lifetime,
We'll treat
I've
him
never
nice.
seen a player so much overrated as Ziyech. Trust me, he
Facts.
came from.
Facts.
Wait, can you repeat that? What do you mean overrated? Who's overrated though?
He's not overrated.
I don't think
Like, what
people
are you
rate him
saying?
like that.
People don't rate him
He
like
doesn't
that,
have
bro.
physicality. I don't see him. He turns up sometimes in Champions League, and that's it. And how can you compare Mount with Ziyech? I mean, it
We're
doesn't
not
even make
comparing.
No one said that, bro. You've been listening
No one
to
said
us.
that.
Obviously, there is a comparison.
You just come on here and talk.
There was a comparison,
Classic,
right?
Classic, bro.
Bro,
You know what? You know what? Right with Ziyech,
Xavi's holding his head, saying, what kind of bullshit
plays
is this?
against Real Madrid, we are all hoping. What we're all looking for is that magic moment with Ziyech against Real Madrid. We want that beautiful free kick or goal or an amazing assist. Like you want that, but you know these are Champions League nights. Maybe if he gets his start, then he might deliver. He has to deliver.
But I'm gonna
If
tell
he
you,
doesn't
if he
deliver in a
starts against
listen to me. If Ziyech doesn't deliver in a semi-final, then when is he going to deliver? On the big stage or
Big
the little
facts.
stages? He couldn't even deliver
But-
against Fulham.
Yeah,
So
So he didn't deliver against
He
Atletico?
delivered against Atletico. Why are we forgetting about
Yeah,
that?
one
there-
game.
there-
One
there
game.
is
That's
an
how many
argument.
games he played this
There
season.
is actually an argument
That's
that
one
why
game.
Ziyech is getting a lot of stick and Havertz is not getting a stick. Because
Yeah.
in Champions
Havertz is
League,
at COVID,
Ziyech has
man.
done better than Havertz.
So Ziyech
Yeah,
has been
I'll
injured.
give
Man,
you
man,
that,
Havertz
though.
is not a lot better than Ziyech, man. I'm
Kai
sorry.
Havertz hasn't done
Kai
anything
Havertz is
against
better
the
Yes,
team.
of
yes.
course, but
Hey.
the excuses don't match. Like it's not matching up. Like Ziyech
One's a
is injured too.
21-year-old, yeah. The other one's a 28-year-old
I
from
do not
Morocco.
I'm not arguing.
I've backed
Havertz
my
to me
reasons
is
for
way better, bro.
I'm not slandering. I'm not slandering Ziyech. I'm
But you're
giving
saying he's going
what I
missing in the
feel
big
is
games,
constructive.
bro.
What I'm saying is fair and
Bro, he
constructive.
does not even miss in the big game. I feel like he shows up in the big game and
Like
misses in
Man
the small
City.
games. Like that's what I think he does.
We don't need that, though. We don't need it on our
Yes,
team,
we
man. I'm
do.
sorry.
We
What
don't
you
need
mean?
someone
We
to show up
don't.
in big
What?
games.
We
Yes,
need
we
players,
do.
yo, who
Yes, we
perform in
do.
small games here and
Yeah.
perform in big games. Because in order for
My
you to get to
boy,
the big
bro.
games, you should perform in the small games. That's the way of football.
Well, that's not how football works every time, bro.
Yes, it is, man.
No,
in
it's
order for you to
not.
get in order for you to get to the big games, you have to
Santana
perform in the
man,
small
you're a
games.
disgrace.
What? What you
Santana
saying?
man saying free Cho Werner, the German Joe Linton out. Can't be asked.
Hey man, low key though, we should have subbed Werner for Cho. I mean, I'm not saying Werner had a
Cho
bad
should
game,
have been
but Cho
came
should
on,
have been.
bro.
I would
Cho should have had
I
game
would
time.
take it.
Yes.
Should have.
Yeah, he should have started.
But like, I'm not
Yeah,
saying
for
nothing
sure.
about Werner having a bad game, but at least
I feel like he
should've-
would have scored more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's more about game management.
Can I just say this point as well, right? Now, we initially we thought it was Mason Mount with Gilmour in the pivot. It wasn't the pivot, but Gilmour played, all right. And this was a very important game. We know it was an important game, and we're now 2 points behind Leicester. We've won 2-0, another clean sheet. We played really within ourselves. We didn't have to like overexert ourselves or chase the game. All right, we killed the game at the right moments, and everyone had, there were certain individuals that had an amazing game. But the point is, Tuchel's done it again. He's picked a team that we've all gone, oh, no Rudiger, no Aspie, no Jorginho, no Kante, no Kovacic, no Odoi.
I was satisfied though. No
Well,
cap.
I
We won the
said it-
game comfortably.
I said it
was
earlier, though. I
satisfied.
said it earlier, though. Our squad is good enough to beat a Fulham team that's literally 17th
Yeah, I
or
know.
18th in the league. Regardless of who we play, we've got a solid bench that we can
But
swap
we've always
players.
struggled, Oscar, have we not? Like
And Johnny-
history's told us, we've
And Johnny,
struggled. We've
Gilmour
dropped
did not
points in these
play
games.
alone. Gilmour did not play. Gilmour played in a pivot, but Mason Mount left him alone in the first half. Well, I'm not saying nothing. Let's just put it as it is. It was.
Oh,
not
well,
like,
maybe
it was a
he did,
pivot.
but Mount, that shows you Mount playing in a pivot and then playing as a cam as well. It's incredible.
Yeah, I'll give him that because he has the energy to track back. But
Yeah.
the reason why
I don't think it was Mount's fault. I think Tuchel set up differently today.
Yeah, he did.
I think he went right. Like it was good too because he knows, like, all right, it's Fulham. Let's take that risk. Let's get an extra body up in there.
Exactly,
And Mount was running the show.
Because he knew they were going to press us, which they did.
And the thing is, Fulham are not a team that's going to sit 5 at the back and just
they're actually playing a high line.
Play football. So I think he said, let's put some players in behind them to make them worried.
And that's
my point is, guys, I trust
trust
Tuchel on who he picks for Wednesday. I generally do trust him who he picks.
Me
Like
too.
if he picks Ziyech and Werner, then so be it. Do you know what I mean? If he puts Odoi right wing back, let's go. You know what I mean? If he puts Billy Gilmour with Kante, I'm all for it. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, if he does,
Johnny. That's why it's like, yeah, tell us to back Johnny now, but then he goes on saying facts, and then one out.
Johnny, no. I'm saying,
Johnny, that's a true side. You know that, right?
My point is, if Tuchel did that, I'm backing what Tuchel does.
Nah,
I'm not saying
that one.
Johnny, that's suicide, bro. Come on.
I'm not saying to play Billy Gilmour. I'm just saying if he did, I back Tuchel. Yeah, like that's all I'm saying.
Can you make a graphic, of Cho behind bars so that we can free Cho? Because we need to free him from the shackles. Because this is crazy.
Yeah, what's going on? Like
that's what I'm saying. We got to investigate something, bro.
Put Tuchel outside of the jail, obviously.
Why?
That's peak, man.
Tuchel's the prison guard.
Last thing before we come off for the phone in, but give me a minute. I can make this edit.
Nah, bro, it was a great game today, though, and like I really enjoyed the performance today, and I hope it could translate to Wednesday. It would be really good if it could translate to Wednesday. Really, and like
game of the year, man.
Yeah, get the
so
message.
big.
Yeah.
Look, I'm predicting playoff Pulisic.
I was saying night
bro comes alive at the end.
2 goals Wednesday.
Big up, mate.
At the end of the season.
Man said playoff Pulisic. Jesus.
Playoff Pulisic,
man. I'm ready for it.
I'm telling you,
Playoff
P, man. Playoff P.
Always at the end.
Monster. Was that Monster that came out or something? Was that Monster?
I think it was Monster that said.
Yeah, it was Monster saying playoff Pulisic.
I heard it last year. Like people were saying
All we're saying, lads, I want you to push the agenda. Kai Havertz moving like Bergkamp. Just keep pushing it, man.
I'll push that. I'll get behind that agenda.
Get behind it.
Yeah, I like Kai Havertz.
It's on the Twitter. Get on it, man. Push it out. Push that out because I think.
But look,
I genuinely think he's got that.
Let me just say,
I'll hop on the phone, innit?
Yeah, bro. For sure.
If you got the link, we'll put you on first, innit? Sorry, I said link earlier.
Yeah.
As the last thing before we leave, you wanted it, you have it.
Post that on Twitter so I can nab that still.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll send that over to you. You can post that one out first. Here as well, if we're talking about free up Lookman, free up Maja. Next 2 inductees into the AC Penitentiary. Big up everyone, smash
Let's
the like.
Let's stick Benzema in there, man.
Head over to Blues Fans TV. We're about to start the phone in about 10-15 minutes.
What a ball.
Pick up everyone. Take care, like and subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow. And as